Breaking news, massive $5,000 stimulus package approved 44-hour deposit window. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. Right now, something monumental is unfolding in Washington, D.C. that could drastically change the financial landscape for millions of Americans. Lawmakers have just approved a historic $5,000 stimulus package aimed directly at providing relief to seniors and qualifying citizens facing intense financial struggles. Now, you might be wondering what makes this different from the past? Is this just another slow-moving government program that takes months to see any real benefit? Well, prepare to be amazed, because there's something game-changing happening here. In a move that's shaking up the way government aid is delivered, eligible recipients will see funds hit their accounts in just 44 hours. Yes, you heard that right, 44 hours from now. This is an unprecedented timeline, and it's all due to new technology and processes that the government has put in place. But beyond the speed of the payout, there's so much more to unpack. From the eligibility rules to the surprise retroactive payments that could benefit millions, there's a ton of new information you won't hear anywhere else, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. In the next few minutes, I'll be breaking down everything you need to know about this package and how you might qualify. Plus, we'll dive into some shocking details about how this could change the financial game for seniors and qualifying Americans nationwide. Before we jump in, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on. You don't want to miss any updates on this groundbreaking financial relief effort. Let's get straight to the heart of it. This new $5,000 stimulus package is unlike anything we've seen in the past. While previous stimulus payments have been more generic and broad, this one is tailored specifically to address the growing financial struggles that seniors and qualifying citizens are facing. Inflation has hit hard, healthcare costs continue to climb, and the everyday expenses of life have become a massive burden for many people in this country. With all this in mind, lawmakers have put together a stimulus package designed to provide meaningful relief. This isn't just a temporary solution, this is a targeted, focused effort to help those who need it most. And we're not just talking about a few $100s here, we're talking about a significant injection of $5,000 that can make a real impact on people's lives. But why the rush? Why is this stimulus package being distributed in just 44 hours? Let me tell you, the government has finally caught up with modern technology. In the past, government aid often took months to roll out, leaving those in need waiting indefinitely for help. Not anymore. Thanks to cutting-edge digital infrastructure and a new verification process, the stimulus will be delivered with lightning speed. What does that mean for you? If you're eligible, you could see your funds arrive in your bank account before the weekend in just 44 hours. This rapid distribution is part of the Treasury Department's effort to streamline the process, minimize delays, and make sure the funds go to the people who need them most right now. Here's the part that could really surprise you. The eligibility requirements for this stimulus package are different than anything we've seen before. While age is still an important factor, it's not the only consideration. Here's the big twist: the program looks at a broad range of factors when determining eligibility, including financial circumstances, life situations, and whether you're supporting dependents or caregiving for others. This means you might qualify even if you don't traditionally fall into the senior citizen category. Income thresholds are another significant change. For the first time, the adjusted gross income limit has been set at a level that encompasses a broader range of Americans. This makes the stimulus accessible to more people, including single filers, married couples, and even households with children or other dependents. For instance, single filers with a certain income level could qualify for a stimulus check, and married couples filing jointly may also find themselves eligible if their income falls below a specific threshold. But here's something else worth noting: caregivers and those supporting dependents are also going to have a much easier time qualifying for this stimulus. If you're financially supporting elderly parents, adult children with disabilities, or any other dependents, this could actually enhance your eligibility. You might even receive a higher amount than other individuals because the government recognizes the financial burden that caregiving entails. Now, this is a game changer that not many are talking about. This stimulus package includes provisions for retroactive payments. In other words, if you've experienced significant financial hardship or medical expenses over the past year, you may be eligible for additional support beyond the base $5,000. For instance, let's say you're a senior citizen who's faced unexpected healthcare costs or struggled with an expensive medical condition in the last year. In that case, the government could provide extra financial relief on top of the standard stimulus package to help cover those costs. This provision is especially helpful for seniors who have had to make difficult choices between paying for medical bills or covering other essential expenses like food, utilities, or rent. If this sounds like you, keep reading, because this could mean thousands of dollars in extra relief. I've seen a lot of confusion about this, so let's clear it up once and for all. Accepting this stimulus payment will not affect your regular Social Security payments or Medicare coverage. In fact, this package was designed with those very concerns in mind. It's meant to complement existing programs like Social Security and Medicare, providing additional financial support without causing any disruptions to your regular benefits. Now, if you're receiving other forms of government assistance, you might be wondering if this payment will impact that. The good news is, this stimulus package is structured as tax-free assistance, similar to previous stimulus programs, so it shouldn't affect other government benefits or tax credits you may be eligible for. Here's the exciting part: the stimulus package is not just a one-time deal. The government has included provisions for future aid based on specific economic indicators. This means that, if certain conditions are met like continued inflation or rising healthcare costs, additional financial support could be rolled out to help Americans weather future economic challenges. What does this mean for you? If the economy doesn't stabilize as expected, the government has created a framework for further relief. This is a proactive approach, and it signals that lawmakers understand the need for ongoing support in these uncertain times. I can already hear the questions coming in. What do I need to apply for this stimulus? What's the process? Good news, the application process has been streamlined significantly. However, there are a few key documents you'll want to have on hand to ensure a smooth application. First, you'll need your most recent tax returns. This is to verify your income and ensure that you meet the eligibility criteria. Next, have your Social Security statements ready, especially if you're a senior citizen receiving benefits. If you've made any disability claims or are financially responsible for someone else, like a dependent, you'll need to provide documentation of that too. Lastly, keep your banking information, for direct deposit, up to date with the IRS. This is crucial to ensure that your payment arrives quickly and without delays. Now, let's talk about the real game changer here, the 44-hour deposit timeline. For the first time ever, the government is working at an unprecedented speed to get aid into the hands of Americans who need it most. If you've provided direct deposit information to the IRS, you'll receive your funds in just 44 hours. This is part of a newly implemented digital infrastructure that makes the entire distribution process faster and more secure than ever before. By using modern technologies like AI and blockchain, the government is making sure that payments reach the right people and that fraud is minimized. What if you don't have direct deposit information on file, or you prefer to receive a physical check? Don't worry. There's a separate distribution timeline for that. Physical checks will be mailed out in waves, with priority given to low-income recipients and those in areas with higher costs of living. These checks will still be distributed quickly, but it may take a little longer than the direct deposit timeline. When seniors and qualifying Americans receive this $5,000 payment, there's something else that's going to happen that's not immediately obvious: this money will be spent in local communities. And here's the kicker: this spending will boost local businesses, create jobs, and help support your local economy. This is a prime example of how targeted economic aid can have a ripple effect. The $5,000 stimulus isn't just about short-term relief, it's about creating a foundation for financial stability. With access to financial counseling services, you'll be able to get advice on how to best use these funds. Whether it's paying down debt, covering essential expenses, or even building an emergency savings buffer, this stimulus is about helping Americans secure their financial future in a time of crisis.